Hello and welcome back. It's Mr. Chang here with another new invention. Well, it's a quite old invention of mine. These are not ordinary spring rolls. These are beef chow mein spring rolls. Now, we start this recipe off by using industry standard Lucky Boat number 1 chow mein noodles. If you find your chow mein noodles clumping and sticking together, you are either using the wrong type of noodles or you're cooking them the wrong way. All you have to do is take a few nests of noodles, some boiling water, cover the noodles, replace the lid of the pot and leave them to sit for 10 minutes. You have no need to waste gas or anything. These will be ready in 10 minutes. After 10 minutes and you've given them a quick stir, pour them into the sink. Immediately you want to rinse these with cold water to stop them from further cooking. You don't want them to keep cooking while they're hot. This will make them clump together. Rinse the noodles for about 40 or 50 seconds, giving them a good shake to separate them. Once you've done that, simply turn off the water, lift up the noodles, and you're going to strain these and allow them to dry out for 10 minutes. Make a small hole in the middle to let the water escape. Then cover it with 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. This will help them from further clumping once they hit the wok. Allow them to dry out for at least 10 minutes. Always heat up a dry wok. Allow it to smoke before you add in a generous amount of oil. Swirl it around, remove excess oil, leaving some on the bottom of the wok. Give it a further 30 or 40 seconds to heat up before you add in the onions and the bean sprouts. Do you know the reason why I invented these spring rolls here? In the Chinese takeaway on the Friday when it's really busy, 5 or 6 o'clock at tea time, everyone is ringing up ordering food and they all want their food delivered straight away. And I'm sitting with 5 or 6 delivery drivers, and 3 of them are saying to me, we can't go yet until we eat. We're having our lunch, we're having our beef chow mein. And I would say to them, hold on a minute. How can you be having your lunch when everyone else is ringing up looking for their food delivered? And 3 of you want to eat beef chow mein? And they were cheeky to me, and they says, well, we can't sit in the car with a container and a fork and knife and eat chow mein and deliver at the same time. So I thought to myself, well, just wrap up this here. Well, I'll catch these boys here. So I just made some chow mein and put it in a spring roll pastry wrap and give it to them and told them, get out and deliver the food and eat that there. Eat your beef chow mein now, you don't need a fork. They're talking crap there. Eat it like a Chinese burrito. Just get the food delivered, will you? So that was the end of them. Then they thought they were being smart, telling me they couldn't drive. They can drive with one hand and hold the spring roll with the other. He didn't need a knife and a fork. So just put the soy sauce around the edges. And as I say, all the rest of the ingredients will be in the description box. That's just a mixture of salt, sugar, MSG, and ground white pepper. Look at these onions flying everywhere here today. I'm trying to record and hold the camera and do everything at the same time. So if you put the soy sauce, dark and light soy sauce, around the edges, it helps distribute it throughout the noodles faster, as you'll see if you keep watching this video. That's if you keep watching. If you're not watching it, who cares? But we'll swirl these around and you'll see the colour of the noodles. Now there'll be yellow bits of the noodles coming through, and we just keep see that like that. We just keep tossing that like that, and eventually your noodles will all be a chow mein colour. And then I'm going to show you in a minute how to get that glossy texture, that glossy shine, off your chow mein noodles if you keep watching. So the other delivery drivers anyway, they were laughing then when I sent them out, these boys out with a beef chow mein spring rolls, and they thought they were being smart. And I knew they've always ordered beef chow mein themselves, and says, oh, we don't want beef chow mein today, we'll just have some chicken fried rice with a bit of curry on the side. Is that right? So the other 2 I just made 2 chicken fried rice spring rolls and put them in a wee bag and said, get out and deliver the food. And jokers, people try and push you over the edge. They think I was going to fall for that. So then they just took a can of Coke after that. They didn't want anything to eat. I was hoping they would they would come up with something else smart, but they didn't. Then they gave up with my inventions. Then they just couldn't win. And that was the end of them. Then eating their lunch at lunchtime when everyone else was phoning in for delivery. So that was happy days anyway. Right, where do we see where we're at now? So near enough the end, fire and chuck in your spring onions, and always finish nearly every Chinese recipe with your Shoshing wine and the sesame oil. The sesame oil is what gives everything that glossy shine. So put plenty sesame oil in. Well, not plenty, maybe a teaspoonful, but everything will be in the description box below anyway, as I was saying. Can I just give a quick shout out to my newest member, Calf Dre? I hope you're getting on well with the cooking now. I'll put up some more private members videos for you very soon. And thank you very much for the coffee you sent me last night. It was much appreciated. So this is a beef chow mein, nearly done. All right. Once that's done, don't forget you will be making these on the spring rolls. I'll show you that now. Let the beef chow mein cool down first because you have to wrap it in these spring roll wrappers, and it's very hot. You want it to cool down a bit first. Separate your spring roll pastry very carefully. This stuff is as thin as cigarette papers, and hopefully you're not using them for the wrong thing. The cigarette papers. So separate the spring roll pastry, and I just need 2 sheets of this. Well, one and a half. Put down the first sheet, and then the other sheet I've cut in half into a triangle, and we'll put the triangle on top of the spring roll pastry like that. This is so the beef chow mein or the rice or whatever you're putting on top of the spring roll has more support and doesn't really soak through and sink through. So we just put this chow mein or whatever filling you're putting on top of the double triangle, just like this. Once you have your preferred filling on top of the triangle, don't overload it, but put enough in because I'm going to show you this now. Take the bottom of the pastry like this, and take your fingers and pull your fingers in tight to your hand as if you're making a fist, so the filling's more compact. Then take the side like this and fold in the side, keeping the flat part straight up like that, and repeat the same thing with the other side. Then all you're going to do is roll it up like a big cigarette. Roll it up tight, and to seal the end we're going to use some egg. Drop a comment if anyone's still watching this video at this stage. I don't even know if anyone watches these videos to the end. I would highly doubt it, but you missed loads of crack if you don't. Get a bit of egg. This is to seal the spring roll. Because obviously you have to seal it because we're going to put this in the hot oil now in a minute, and we don't want to fire on something that's not sealed, or the oil will go inside and the whole thing will just open up in the oil, so it's pointless. Once you have them made like that, there's a big one and a wee one for that wee one there's for Madison when she comes back from school, and then I'll eat the big one. Heat your oil down 180 degrees, put in your spring rolls. You want to cook these spring rolls for about 5 minutes or until they are golden brown in colour. Now they will start floating to the top, so you have to push them down and turn them, keep them pushed down below the oil so that they brown all over. They go golden brown everywhere. Otherwise the top of them will just be white and the bottom will be golden brown. This should only take you about 5 minutes. If I had more oil in this pot, which I should have, I could have cooked them quicker and put something on top of them to rest them down. But generally they float to the top anyway, so make sure you turn them. And then after about 5 minutes, you're going to have something beautiful. I don't know what type of filling you're going to put under these here when you make them. You don't have to make beef chow mein ones. You can make any type you want. They will be golden brown like this and so crispy. So you have to take them out then and allow them to drain. They're very slippery, so watch. I mean, look at this here. If you try and lift it up, it just slides everywhere. Can you see? Oh. Oops. So I don't know if anyone has a better idea of how to keep these up straight. When they're done, they're still piping hot, so do not lift them. Let them cool down before you lift them. So after about 10 minutes, that's them cooled down. Now it's cool enough for me to lift with my hand anyway. And if you've been watching this long, at least you'll get to see what they look like inside when I cut them open. Let's just look at that. That's beautiful, perfect. Let's just cut this open now. And there you have the beef chow mein spring roll. Ooh, let's turn this around and see now. See, it's cut all the noodles in half, so we have to open it up and show you a bit. There you have it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And share the video on your social media. Maybe you could become a member and make my day. Thank you. I'm Mr. Chang.